We are poor men, Mr. Fisher. Failure is a luxury we cannot afford. It's the result of laziness, poor discipline. But all that can be corrected. New habits formed. Don't you think, Enrique?
I'm the one that screwed up, not her. Sir, if...
What is it, Moss?
Nothing.
I thought so. We have no margin for error. None of you should ever forget that.
I followed your orders and saved over 2,000 people, Williams. Even though Dufresne took it out on me and Enrica.
Then he sent you to Russia.
He needed a tanker. Didn't say why. A smuggling ship was trapped in the ice in the Sea of Okhotsk. They dropped me in to clear the area and secure the tanker for them. I never want to see another ship again.
What's up, ladies and gents? Sinistran, I'm your host, and welcome to more Splinter Cell Double Agent version number 1. I always get confused. It's the original Xbox version. It's time for some stealth. Let's go time.
Here are your tasks, Fisher. First, secure the area. I want the mercenary guards dead so they can't wake up and shoot our allies in the back. Second, disable the explosives they've set in the ice. We don't want the ship to be free just yet. Finally, disable their communications network so they can't report anything. When that's done, board the ship and secure the captain. Our man on the inside will drop you a rope.
Sam, disregard Emil's orders. Do not kill these mercenaries, just knock them out. We'll extract a few of them for interrogation.
Alright, so there's a lot to discuss in this mission. This is not a terribly difficult mission. However, I had some type of bug or something going on here, which we'll explain throughout this entire thing. But there are mandatory targets that you are going to need to neutralize. We're going to knock them all out. These are the only guys during the entire mission that we're going to mess with. It's just these first guards here throughout this. Before we actually get onto the boat, you have to neutralize every single enemy. Now, you can either kill them or not. Obviously, we're going to go the good route and knock them out instead of kill them. However, I don't know why, but at the end, it's going to show you that I killed someone, even though you clearly see that it says neutralize. So, and you can also see that everything I do is a hit as opposed to using my knife. We do a chokehold on 1 or 2 enemies, but that's still a knockout. It's not considered an actual kill. Maybe it could have been possible that someone, when we dropped a body, could have fell into a puddle and then they ended up dying, or the game was just glitched. I don't know if anyone else has this problem. I literally could not find anyone throughout watching this entire playthrough that fell into a puddle or would have just randomly died for one reason or another. So my task to all of you out there is to see if you can find the enemy that the game considers to be dead. It'll be a nice little game of find the death. I don't know what you would call it. But I'm glad to be playing this again. It's been a while, and we're going to be finishing this up so we can move on to version number 1, which is the PC/Xbox 360 edition. So this outside area, there's not really much to commentate on. It's really straightforward. You're going to want to neutralize all the enemies, and you're going to want to do the objectives that you see as I do. Everything flows from one to the other. There's a little bit of waiting time between each because obviously guards can be in different locations and different spots when you enter a specific area, depending on your timing. So if you stick to my timing here, you'll see that you'll have to wait here a little bit because the guard is no longer, he hasn't come through yet. But essentially what you want to do is have him come through, he'll turn around, and then you can, get through the next section and use his body actually so that you don't have to shoot the OCP, the whatever you call them, the little lasers that are keeping you from being able to move forward. So again, everything's straightforward in this beginning section. I would say the tougher part is definitely once we get to the boat, which I will explain a lot more on the way once we get on the boat, because there's we got to defuse some bombs, and there's a few optional secondary objectives that we need to do, and we're going to do it without taking a single person out. So very, very fun mission. Difficult, but at the same time rewarding. So hopefully you guys continue to enjoy the video. Make sure you leave a like, and of course hit that thumbs up button on every video that you see. Leave comments. It really helps the channel. That's one of the things that I feel this channel lacks a lot, is interaction. So please interact with the channel. Comment, like, share. All those things really go to help us be able to be seen by other people on YouTube, and the whole objective is to continue to grow, and that's what we're trying to do. So I'm going to end the commentary right here for now until we get to the second part. Other than that, hopefully you guys enjoy. Thank you so much again for watching, and let's keep that stealth going.
There. Done. Next. There.
I think this is enough for now. But we've still got 2 bombs left. I know. They don't like the way things are going out here. Besides, the ice will still be here tomorrow.
I'm done. We'll head for the ship and find a way in.
You're progressing nicely. Head for the captain's cabin on the upper decks. Once you've subdued him, the ship will be ours.
Sam, while you're on the ship, I have 2 assignments for you. Hide a tracker in the communications room. Till we know what Ukraine needs this tanker for, we have to track it. Then I want you to get information about the ship's cargo. Make sure the contents aren't dangerous.
All right, so here we go. We're finally on the boat. And this boat has actually made me realize that even though this is made with that same Chaos Theory engine and made by the same developers of Chaos Theory, I do feel the textures and some of the things are not as good. Maybe they weren't given, maybe all the money was given to the next gen version. instead of this version. There are a few elements during, especially this section here, where if you try to compare the boat level in Chaos Theory to this boat level, it's almost like night and day. That the Chaos Theory boat level looks so much better. So my guess is they just didn't have as big as budget to do all of this here. So we have a few things to do. We're going to find the captain here. Once we do that, then we need to head down and disarm the bombs. I mean, you can do these in many different ways, but if you want to not take out the enemies, you need to make sure that you at least try to do it in the order that you see myself, because it's the only way around that I was able to find to do it without taking them out. You got to use some distractions and whatnot, but that's just the nature of the game.
Me, I saw you on the cameras. You cannot hide from me. You want my boat, huh? You think you can take her away from me? I do not think so, my friend. Nobody takes my ship away from me. Do you hear? Nobody. She is mine.
I'll bet he's great fun at parties.
I'll scuttle this ship before I let you have her. There are 4 bombs hidden on board, and I've armed them to go off in 10 minutes. You and I are going to the bottom of the sea together, my clever friend. What do you think about that?
All right, so if you've done everything in my timing, continue to move forward.
If his threat is genuine, the bombs have to be in the machine room. Find them.
This is going to give you a shortcut into that down area where it's going to allow you to be able to actually take the bombs out. This is where all 4 bombs are going to be located. The bombs are pretty easy to defuse. It's a simple method. Once your controller vibrates, that's the one you want to cut, and you keep cutting one after one after one, total of 4 of them. We're going to go along this right edge to the back. Stay as far as you can, because enemies can't see you. There's a guy there. There's one directly above you. If you head around this back side, you're going to be able to make it. It's kind of tricky. For whatever reason, Sam gets stuck on it. But you need to do that, or else the guy above you is going to see you from below. Here, you got to wait. This guy sometimes can be in a different direction. Maybe he's not looking. Maybe he is looking. But wait until he turns around, and when he starts heading back, you want to make sure that you OCP the camera, or else you're obviously not going to get this one. This one is a pretty easy one. It just goes straight in order. As you can see, this one's done really fast. And then the 3rd bomb is going to be just right over here. We're going to need to OCP the light to get this guard to turn around. Again, these are the measures to make sure that you don't take the enemies out. If you saw more of my Panther style, we actually took them out, whereas here, we're not doing that. We're nice and stealthy, never seen, never heard. But this one has a lot of distractions in it. Which is something you obviously need in order to be able to complete these sections. So wait for him to come around, get on the left side, jump up, grab that one, go right back down, and then you're going to wait just a little bit. Because wait till he gets past the stairs. If you don't wait long enough to get past the stairs, he's going to start, he'll hear you and start shooting at you. He doesn't really give you enough time unless you wait until he goes his full round and he's heading back in the other direction. Once he's heading back in the other direction, then you can enter the door if you don't want a tiny, conspicuous thing going on here. But that would take at least another minute before that happens. So this is one of those times where I'm okay to be slightly seen to advance the game instead of waiting literally a minute for what is really not necessary. As you can see, we're not seen truly, so it's totally fine. I know I'm all about that no perceivements, but in this mission, there's just a lot going on, and I really don't want to waste your guys' time by waiting a minute. So if you come through here, as you can see, the way that my thing came out is they probably heard the door. Now, this isn't always going to happen. It only happens sometimes. Sometimes the guy would come out, and he would head towards the door because he heard it open or whatever. We weren't moving fast or anything. If that happens, that's exactly what you want. That's perfect, because then we can move over to this right side, and then we can get up behind the guy that's above us, instead of having to take out the light that's right there. Because if you did it the other way and you went up the stairs, you would have to take the light out so you could get around him to go into the room. This way you don't actually have to do that, and you can get around him with less of a distraction. And if you're quick enough, you can be super quick and get through
Check
here.
the cargo. It's not what we're looking for. It's drugs.
Roger that. At least it's not weapons. I'll let people know. Good work, Fisher.
So now we're just pretty much heading back into the area we were before, where all the bombs were, and then we need to head up. There's two different directions that you can take. One of them, of course, being the way that you see me, and the other one being in the opposite direction, where you can go up. I do find it much easier to go this route as opposed to going up the stairs that you just saw earlier, because you have to go up another set of stairs where there are two guards, and you have to take the light out. So because you have to take that light out, the guard's going to come down the stairs, meaning that you have nowhere to go, and he's just going to be in your way. So he would literally be an enemy that you have to take out, because you can't get around him unless you took like 3 minutes to whistle him down into an area that he's way far out of. So it just doesn't make sense in the terms of that to do it. So that is why we are going to go this direction, even though you have to deal with a few extra things that you wouldn't normally have to deal with. It's essentially retracing our steps, but from above instead of below, where we initially went through the door right below us. Here we're just going to go back the way we came to get up to where we had the first bomb, up that ladder, through the poop chute, and back out the way we came when we first started this section of the level, which was the boat section. So if you've done it the way that I am, then you'll see that you can get through it and everything's fine. So at this point, did you find the person that I killed? I mean, obviously I never did, so I'm really curious to see. So make sure you go back, make sure you look through, and you tell me which one you think is the one that actually did it. I honestly have no idea, but I would love to see if you see something that I wasn't able to see. Once we come back up here, there's a few things that we're going to have to do. You don't have to worry about the guard. As long as you've done timing-wise what I've done, then the guard will not be right here, and you're able to keep going. So the trick to this next section is there's a guy in front of the door and two guys looking at the door that he's in front of. They're kind of opposite each other. So you're going to need to take out the light and a whistle. The whistle needs to be done right at this door because you need the guard to come as far back as possible. So take out the light, immediately whistle, and then move up. Get out your OCP again because we've got to take out the next light. As soon as he passes, go. You do not have a lot of time because the door will shut very quick behind him, and he will turn around. So get in there quick. As you can see, we would be coming up those stairs if we came up that other direction, but that light, as you see that we had to take out, would get the guy to come down the stairs, and then you're funneled at that point. So this is definitely a method that, as you can see, can work to get you through most of the time. Sneak past these guys. We're just going to head in the opposite direction. We're going to start heading up. There's a few guys you got to worry about, but all in all, it's pretty simple, and there's really not too much to explain. Everything you see is very self-explanatory when it comes to all of this stuff. There's a few turrets you're going to have to take out, and you can do that by OCPing them. Otherwise, you won't be able to get around the turrets. One thing to note is that sometimes the turrets can hit you and you don't get an alarm. Sometimes the guards hear it, and then you do get an alarm. So be very careful. You're going to be going up about 2 flights of stairs here, and then you're going to get to the turret. You need to OCP it from the stairs if you want to get by. You can shoot the light out, and sometimes he doesn't shoot, sometimes he does. I'm talking about the turret. But I wouldn't recommend it. Just get here and shoot OCP the turrets, and then you should be fine. Make sure you're standing up when you do this, because it'll be a lot harder to actually see the turret if you're not. Here you're going to have a guard. Stand as close to this corner wall as you can, because for whatever reason this guy is like superhuman and he can literally see you through the wall. So you need to be as far right as possible. Let me explain a few things coming up. Once he is around and he's starting to go back in the other direction, that is when you're going to want to make a beeline to the right middle section here. Once we cross this room, go inside. We're going to do a little whisper, but you're going to want to wait until the other guard has left the room and goes into the other room. so you can get the one guy around the correct corner. If you do it too far to the left, he'll go to the left. If you do too far to the right, he'll go to the right. You want him to go to the right because it's easier for you. Do your next objective, and then we're going to make it beeline back out and then go the opposite direction of what the guard is going to be doing. And then we'll head up, take out a few turrets, and that's essentially the end of the mission. So I'll see you guys at the end of the mission. Enjoy the rest of the video, and then we'll talk about that ending.
That settles it. Now all that's left is take care of the captain.
All right, mission complete. And as you can see, we only took out the enemies that we needed to. However, it says an enemy is dead. I don't know if it's a glitch. I don't really know. But again, if you found it, awesome. I hope you did. So if I made a mistake, I didn't realize it. I knocked them out, obviously. I didn't kill anyone. So maybe the environment killed them. That would be the only other way that I could explain it. Or it's a glitch. Either way, it's still done to perfection. Perfect stealth. Maybe that guy just had a really bad day and accidentally killed himself. So I don't know what to tell you. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Next up is another really fun mission and very, very hard. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. It really helps the channel out. And of course, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Bitches.